long been a belief that the American dream, which used to mean buying a home and getting rich, was the epitome of wealth. So we crunched the numbers, and it turns out that the total cost of achieving the American dream today is a whopping $3.4 million. But wait, does achieving it actually make you wealthy? Well, the answer isn't as straightforward as you might think. It all depends on who you're asking, because the gap between the rich and the poor continues to widen. And it is worth considering that a roof over your head, food in your fridge, clothes on your back, and even having internet access puts you in the top 25% of the world's population. Even a single dollar can be a lifeline for countless people living in poverty. But for the top 1% of the population, even $1 million is like chump change. To make it easier to understand, let's take an example. Imagine 1 grain of rice is worth $1 million. Now, to have $1 billion, you'd need 1,000 grains. But to reach $1 trillion, you'd need a whole million grains. It's a mind-boggling amount of money. But even the idea of the first trillionaire in the world isn't as far-fetched, because billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are slowly and gradually getting near to that number. These tech titans often top these lists. But who knows? A surprise contender might emerge from a completely different sector. The thing is, even if you're rich, what matters is how rich you are. Because even among the rich and affluent of the world, the zeros in your bank balance determine what level you're at. Basically, there are 5 levels of wealth, and that's what we'll discuss in depth in this video. But before we explain the 5 levels of wealth among the rich, an easier way to understand it is to look at how a famous YouTuber, Stephanie Su, categorized the level of wealth in Korean society by comparing them to spoons. In her theory, Stephanie explained that every person is metaphorically born with a spoon in their mouth, and these spoons come with rankings. There are 8 spoons in total, and each spoon level corresponds to specific income brackets and asset values. First, there's the dirt spoon. People who are making less than $25,000 a year and have less than $125,000 in assets. Then you have the plastic spoon. People who earn between $25,000 and $50,000 a year and have assets ranging from $125,000 to $250,000. Then we've got the wooden spoon. People who earn between $50,000 and $100,000 and hold assets between $250,000 and $500,000. Next is the stainless steel spoon, the top 25%, making $100,000 to $200,000 annually and having $1 million in assets. Then comes the bronze spoon, earning between $200,000 and $400,000 a year and having assets valued at $1 and $2 million. Then you hit the silver spoon, the top 5% earning between $400,000 and $800,000 a year with assets of $2 to $4 million. The golden spoons, aka the top 1%, make $800,000 to $1.6 million a year and have assets ranging from $4 to $8 million. But it doesn't stop there. The platinum spoon is the top 0.5%, earning between $1.6 million and $3.2 million annually, with assets between $8 and $16 million. And finally, the diamond spoon. They're the top 0.1% who earn at least $3.2 million a year and hold assets ranging from $16 to $32 million. But how accurately does this spoon theory reflect the nuances of wealth in today's world? Let's transition from spoons to specific numbers. Alright, now that we have a little understanding of the Korean system, you must have gotten an idea of how level of wealth are actually assigned among the rich. Now let's break down how wealthy Americans measure these levels, because it's a bit trickier than comparing it to spoons, and the numbers are a lot higher. Let's start with the first level of rich, the top 1%. These folks earn over $200,000 a year. But don't be fooled into thinking they're swimming in luxury. Sure, they can afford a nicer lifestyle, but they're still working full-time. Once they climb higher, income alone stops being the best measure of wealth. Net worth takes center stage, and it is measured by assets like investments, property, and businesses. The second level of wealth starts with a net worth between $10 million and $30 million. At that point, a rich person is considered to have achieved financial independence. They've likely traded up to a luxury home, enjoy frequent first-class travel, and can weather most financial storms. However, they're still carefully managing their wealth. In the high finance world, they'll be considered affluent, but not yet part of the ultra-wealthy elite. Now for the third level. Folks with a net worth between $30 million and $100 million have undoubtedly reached the upper echelon of society. They might even own a substantial share of a major corporation, jet-setting between various luxury homes, with a social circle that includes influential figures like congressmen or community leaders. Yet even here, surrounded by other ultra-wealthy individuals, they might still not have enough zeros in their bank. At the fourth level, a net worth between $100 million and $1 billion ensures that the world is their oyster, with private jets, yachts, and exclusive island getaways at their disposal. Yet even at this pinnacle, the pursuit of the extraordinary continues. It becomes more about acquiring the most coveted possessions, from limited edition supercars to priceless art pieces. Finally, at the ultimate level falls the Billionaire Club, with 2,781 members globally. They collectively hold more wealth than the poorest half of humanity, a combined $14.2 trillion. According to Forbes' World's Billionaires List 2024, the US has a record 813 billionaires, followed by China with 473 billionaires, and India in the third spot with 200 billionaires. To really grasp the staggering gap between the ultra-rich, let's put some famous faces in these wealth brackets. Starting at the bottom of the wealth pyramid, we find names like Lindsay Lohan, a once shining star whose net worth hovers around $2 million. Surprisingly, even beloved Games of Thrones actress Maisie Williams falls into this bracket, with an estimated net worth between $6 to $10 million. Next up, we have the rising stars. Think Michael B. Jordan, Hollywood's golden boy, and the power couple of Zendaya and Tom Holland, whose combined net worth puts them in the $25 to $30 million range. Joining them are music sensations Doja Cat and Olivia Rodrigo, with net worths between $12 to $16 million. Moving on, we encounter the established elite. Singers Dua Lipa and Post Malone, with their chart-topping hits and sold-out tours, with net worths between $35 and $50 million. Alongside WWE star and actor John Cena, with a net worth of $80 million, sit comfortably at this level. This is where things start to get really interesting. The Kardashian Jenners, Bollywood legends like Shah Rukh Khan and Amitabh Bachchan, and Hollywood heavyweights like Leonardo DiCaprio, Al Pacino, and Tom Cruise call this fourth level home. It's a world of private jets, luxury estates, and endless possibilities. At the fifth level, we find the true power players. Oprah Winfrey, Taylor Swift, and Jay-Z are just the beginning. The likes of Mark Zuckerberg, Mukesh Ambani, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Bernard Arnault exist on a completely different planet of wealth. Their decisions can move markets and shape the world. However, with all the opulence and luxury, one thing remains. Being rich doesn't guarantee you'll live a happy, carefree life. Instead of looking at real-life examples, even if you take a look at fictional billionaires, as shown in shows like Succession, which flaunt incredible wealth with lavish retreats, extravagant weddings, and private jet vacations, the characters are rarely seen truly enjoying these luxuries. Instead, they're consumed by power struggles, corporate drama, and constant negotiations. And the reality isn't far from it. Despite all the wealth, you can't buy everything. Even the richest guy in the world, Elon Musk, has a strained relationship with his own daughter. What do you think? Can money buy it all, or is there truly a limit to happiness? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.